What's going on, everybody? It's me back again for another video, and before we get started with this one, I have a request. Nay, a demand for all the straight and bisexual guys watching this video. Okay, so there's probably not that many straight guys watching this video, but for all the bisexual guys, I had an experience the other day, and I need you to kind of walk me through it. Tell me what's going on here. Okay, so the other day I did something awful. I need you all to try not to judge me. It was a really dark time for me mentally, so bear with me, but I woke up before noon. I know, life genuinely isn't worth living before 11 a.m., but my body betrayed me. I had no other choice. And seeing as I am a good little gay boy who never misses leg day, I had the unfortunate experience of going to the gym when the sun was up. And you know who goes to the gym when the sun is up? Straight people. And it is at this time that I can assure you that straight people are not okay, seeing as I saw not one, but two guys wearing shirts saying something along the lines of, "I have a girlfriend, please don't talk to me, I love her very much." Oh, and the girlfriends were there. I saw one of them hold her boyfriend's undershirt while he was taking his sweater off, presumably so his stomach wouldn't show when his shirt righted up for like 2 seconds. And this other guy, and no offense to my short kings out there, I am 100% down to get it on with someone who's like half my height, but this guy was like 5'2", and I'm not sure what he and his girlfriend were smoking, but I'm pretty sure the middle-aged moms doing cardio with weights wrapped around their ankles weren't lining up to rip his clothes off. So bye guys. Seeing as it's been over a decade since I've had a girlfriend, and a fair few years since I've had a boyfriend now. Wow, that's depressing. Can one of you guys explain this to me? What's happening? What's going on? Leave a comment down below explaining this to me. Or better yet, an apology on behalf of all men who date women. I think it's long overdue. Well, now that we have all that nonsense behind us, I say it's time we get into the gay. That's probably why you're here. You're either tired of all the Twitter ads and looking for something more creative to, or you're an emotionally abusive narcissist, hoping to catalog everything you can in hopes of learning enough about me that you can disguise yourself as the perfect man before luring me into your basement, in which case, I hope you're taking notes. Number 1, we're starting off a little tame here, but I can promise you it's only gonna get worse. A good cologne or deodorant, but specifically Sandalwood. Smell has the power to really turn me on or completely turn me off. And sorry to all the members of the natural musk community, but it's straight to the bin for me. I spent my formative years in locker rooms with smelly men, and I can promise you it's anything but sexy. I really just enjoy like a nice subtle scent, like something you can't really smell until you're like naked or really close to someone. It just feels like a secret. You're not really supposed to know the kind of deodorant that someone wears, and something specifically about Sandalwood, it's just like very masculine and earthy. To me, it's like the idealized smell of a lumberjack. It's just, I don't know, just for as long as I can remember, ever since I started smelling more scented deodorants, specifically with Sandalwood, it's what I've worn for a long time, and it's just my favorite. It gets me every time. If a guy smells like Sandalwood, then that's 3 points for Gryffindor for me. Number 2 is being sporty. So a little known fact about me, and this is 100% true by the way, when I was narrowing down what college I wanted to attend, one of the criteria I had was whether or not the college had a rugby team, because I had this fantasy of dating a 200-pound rugby player who would break every bone in my body. Fortunately for my insurance company, that never happened. I think a lot of guys who like guys are attracted to the stereotypical jock archetype, mostly because that's kind of what's marketed to young people as being the popular aspirational thing to go for. And if we're being honest, a lot of times jocks are just really hot. My high school boyfriend was on the football team, and let me just tell you, it made me feel so much cooler than all the other gay boys running around. I think now that I'm out of school, the desire to date a jock is more about the idea of someone who's just like willing to go out and take care of themselves, take care of their bodies, have the motivation to go and do something with their life other than just like sit on the couch all day, which to be fair is something I do quite often, but every once in a while it's good to want to go out, do more, and just kind of like get out, fresh air. It's good for the body, you know? Stay in shape, make friends and all that. Whether or not they go to the gym or run or kayak or play rugby, it doesn't really matter to me. Okay, playing rugby's probably still at the top of the list. If you play rugby, please call me. But it's just nice knowing that they have something they're like passionate about outside of their relationship. And it's basically like having a hobby, and having hobbies is always hot. Unless it's like collecting Taylor Swift albums. Swifties forget I said that. Although I just have to give a shout out to all of the late 20-something gay guys whose apartments I've been over to. I just want to give you this very heartfelt PSA that hanging all the Taylor Swift albums on your wall isn't art. Hang literally anything else. Hang literally any other album. It can be an album too, just not all the Taylor Swift albums, because for some reason that's like its own genre of decor these days. I've seen it in so many guys' apartments. Alright, number 3 is probably the one that I am most afraid of sharing with the internet, seeing as my number 1 fear in life is being accused of having a foot. Not dying in a plane crash, not drowning, not being strangled by Wendy Williams as the killer. It's being accused of having a foot. I watched House of the Dragon and I did not like what I saw. But there's just something about a nice pair of white socks that completely does it for me. I don't know why. Maybe it's because when I was in high school, it was kind of like the style for guys to wear those tall Nike white socks with slides, and something about it, I just thought it was hot every single time. Well, probably not every single time. I think it was just something about mixing like the puberty hormones with something you were seeing repetitively, and then 1 or 2 guys that you have a crush on does it, and then it starts to like associate it, and it's the whole ringing of the bells, the dog gets hungry, you know, that kind of thing. We're on the same page. I think you know what I'm talking about, but yeah. Or maybe I saw that one Tom Cruise scene where he's dancing around in the white socks too early, and it was some kind of gay awakening for me. Who knows? Number 4 isn't the most embarrassing, but it definitely is the and I will not be taking notes on this. Mustaches. They're for freaks. There is a reason that parents warn their children about men with creepy mustaches, and it's a good one. You don't grow a mustache unless you eat or desperately want to. I was gonna make some kind of youth pastor joke, but every one that I could come up with was far too terrible, so I'm gonna let you guys fill in the blanks with that one. I was listening to a podcast the other day, and this guy was talking about how gay men had never hit on him until recently when he was out one night and like 3 different men had hit on him, and the only thing that had changed was that now he had a mustache, and the entire time I was just like, yeah, you have a mustache. It's basically like the BDSM bat signal. It means you're DTF. He walked into a cruising bathroom with the horniest type of facial hair. I'm honestly kind of surprised he made it out of there alive. I will make a caveat that I'm not into men who are too into their facial hair. Let's just be honest. This isn't Ringling Brothers. It's not 1922. You can leave your handlebar at home. Next. Alright, this last one is short and sweet, and I'm gonna guess that you know why. Going commando. Every time. Every time. Men who don't wear underwear when going out, especially when it's like a casual thing, like going grocery shopping or going to the movies. I mean, obviously you kind of have to pick and choose, like you don't want to go around flashing people. You probably want to wear something a little more substantive than nylon basketball shorts if you're going to be around too many other people, or it's going to be a place where people are probably going to be looking at you a little bit. We're not going full trench coat in the park here, but like if it's jeans or something, you're hooking up with a guy and you like unzip his pants and you realize there's nothing underneath. Not Ken doll nothing, but as in no underwear. That's hot. Alright you guys, that's it for my list over here on YouTube, but if you want to get access to the good stuff, the dirty stuff, I actually have 3 more explicit turn-ons over on my OnlyFans extended cut version. It's less than $5, which is basically the lowest amount you can set it, and I don't have to bleep out words or use any sort of innuendos over there, because in case you can't tell, I'm kind of an open book. Too open for YouTube, it seems. So with all that out of the way, that's it for this week's video. Hope you all are surviving the cold, and I will see you in the next one.